Our topic for today is hacking cybersecurity marketing.
I'm a big believer in having some stuff coming across my radar, but make it short, make it sweet, and make it actionable and make it meaningful and real.
There's two ways that what I look at it is if you're an established company, being visible is not about more is better. Leverage a relationship that I have that gets you an introduction.
I've blackballed companies and individual sales folks both. I've got lists of I will not do business ever again. And anybody ask me in any of the fellow CISO chats or fellow CISO conversations, do you have any feedback on so-and-so? Yeah, I do. And I'll share it.
So for all the marketing people out here, I'm going to share a dirty little secret. Realize that the people that now run the email firewalls are the security people. So if you go ahead and start to do annoying marketing campaigns and we're in a good mood, we may call that individual and warn him off. Yeah. And if it's particularly egregious, we'll blackball the company.
I'm going to do a variation of Chase's question, and that is, do you find yourself going to more virtual events than before? How is sort of your security knowledge staying up to date, being the lack of in-person events?
The virtual events with Zoom and everything else actually allows me to attend more events because the travel time and everything that goes into it. So I get more exposure to more security folks.
The early research shows that with all of us working from home, it increases the amount of time we spend with our close connections, like by 40%, but it decreases those casual connections. And sometimes the benefit, right, of those events is you learn a new concept from somebody else. So you lose all of those casual discussions, right, which sometimes spark that idea around, hey, this is a new service I'm seeing, or this is a new approach.
I feel like I'm attending more things now. So I think a lot of these things are helping, and vendors came to that. We had some good CISO vendor interaction there, just like you would at a real conference, right? So I think all those things help.
What I miss is the opportunity to go into the expo hall and spend 30 minutes or 45 minutes on the fringes. Find the small guys, because some of the best new ideas come from the young guys on the fringes. And that's my way of trying to meet some new folks and maybe be exposed to some new ideas.
Hello, welcome to the Department of Yes, where no request is ever rejected.
That means these are the bad ideas. You have to tell me why they're good ideas. First, ping me on Facebook, my personal email, or my cell phone. Why is that a good idea?
At least you're getting through at a time when you might have bandwidth. If I'm on Facebook, the odds are that I'm in a relaxed state and more receptive to a message versus my busy work day.
I don't want my corporate email system to know I'm having the conversation.
Send CISOs an empty iPad box, and the message inside says, take a meeting with us, and we'll send the iPad.
If you have the chutzpah to pull that off, I may have the chutzpah to answer back.
So when vendors sell me unsolicited gifts, the first thing I have to do is reach out to them and say, take this back. I can't accept this. But I'm now having to deal with the burden of calling you to tell you that. If you send me the empty box, I can just throw the box in the recycle bin and ignore you completely.
Mitchell DeMaza asked this question. With the transition to the work from home environment, have you seen other departments, coworkers that you had never spoken to prior reaching out to you now?
I would actually say there's less reach out than more. A lot of people are uncomfortable reaching out cold. It's just for some reason they don't do it.
This goes from Eli Migdal, who's the CEO of Boardish. When showing, quote, a new approach / new method, is it better to focus on the methodology or focusing on the problem that the solution fixes?
I'm a big believer, if you're truly new and truly innovative, get me on the problem, because it may well be a problem I hadn't even recognized. But as soon as you start talking, I start going, yeah, that. It may be a problem I've been beating my forehead against for a year.
If I say, all I sell is jeans, how is this helping me sell more jeans? Where what they've realized is they've taken the time to understand the market and they've mapped out to the technology. If I hear that approach, no matter what it is, I want to encourage that behavior. I will talk to you and tell everybody else, this is what I wanted to hear.
I don't necessarily want my vendors trying to have a business conversation with me, because a lot of them aren't going to be able to do it, aren't going to be able to keep up. It's not their area of expertise. If you're new and what you're doing is new, lead with the problem. Last year at Black Hat, I'm on the last aisle, and to my right is a booth that says blah, 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 quantum computing. And to my left is a booth that says blah, 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 post-quantum computing. And I'm standing in between the two going, I've yet to see the relevance in my world of quantum computing in the first place. And now I'm supposed to also embrace post-quantum, right? That told me nothing.
Put all marketing dollars into branded hot dog buns and show up to a Little League game unannounced. Why is that a good idea?
Because who doesn't love a good hot dog? Let's face it.
Right.
And as long as it's printed with, food grade inks, I think you're perfectly acceptable. And if I don't like your message, I can always eat it away.
Badmouth your competitors to the CISO. Why is that a good idea?
If you don't want a job there much longer, it's a great way to open up career opportunities. There's hunters and gatherers. There's those that are really pushy to try to get marketing out there, get a sale. There are those that understand that the relationship comes first.
Mm-hmm.
Over time, the gatherers are the ones that I tend to foster relationships with, so that as they move around to other companies, I will generally take calls from them because they've already got the right approach for me.
Yep.
What is something that comes into your inbox that you actually enjoy receiving and you do open it up and you do consume it?
Quite honestly, nothing through the inbox. What I said at the very beginning of the show is give me that one pager that's a good, solid infographic that actually outlines a problem, shows a demonstration, shows a flow, shows something meaningful. I'll ingest that and then poke around for more from there.
Right. When I get the newsletters, what I'm looking for is something that's summarizing kind of the threats and the investments. That's what I want.